everyone, and welcome to A Mad Belgian, a podcast about this mad world and how it makes people, me included, increasingly mad. A weekly mix of stories, news and encounters broadcasted to you from a fairly big room in a very tiny country. Hope you enjoy it. Let's start with some trivia. There's a toilet in Amsterdam station that looks like this. So many questions. Why would you ever do that? And in the ladies' room too, where presumably most people face the wrong way. Is this a statement about art's worth? Or just a reminder that parrots should be worshipped at all times, perhaps? Anyway, there's a toilet in Amsterdam station that looks like that. I just thought you should know. Right, back on track. This week's random encounter was with a Frenchman who appeared in a timely manner as I sat down to write this very episode. After a little complaining about how expensive Brussels was compared to Paris, the French presidential elections came up, and he said that Marine Le Pen, leader of the Front National, a French extreme right party, was nothing to worry about because she's a woman and women are usually laughed at. What? When asked to develop his point, he argued that no one's ever seen a head of state woman who was as cruel or dangerous as Hitler, Mao Zedong, Stalin, for example. Of course, but the feminist in me can't help but feeling that's just because there have been less women leaders. I'm pretty sure some women can prove as dangerous and cruel as men. Give it time. Anyway, let's move on. In the first episode of the podcast, I was telling you that the world has gone mad. Well, I came across another example of that this week. You know how practicing a religion takes proper time and effort? Well, not anymore. A Catholic church in Ireland has come up with an idea for these poor believers who do not have the time to attend Mass. Drive-thru Blessings. Yes, that's the thing. You can now drive through Mass the same way you drive through McDonald's for a quick burger and Diet Coke on the way home from work. A quick blessing, a quick absolution, and you're back on track. What a brilliant idea. Unrelated, I also heard that scientists have managed to train bees to push a ball in a straight line into a goal. Yes, bees would be capable of playing football, provided the reward at hand was worth it. Good to know some people are focusing on the essentials. A big thanks to the BBC Global News podcast that tells me these things. Bloody brilliant. I'll close this third edition of the podcast with a song I wrote about a concert I went to last week and the lovely little venue that hosted it. Here we go. A tiny, tiny gem in central Brussels, 35 seats max. You'll need patience and luck to discover the place, but you will go back. Artem welcomes you to his living room cafe. He shows you around the little cabaret. Take your seat, make yourself at home and have a drink. The artist won't be long, take a sip. Make yourself at home, the show will soon be on. A random collection of human characters, 35 souls max. Hippies, teachers, artists, bankers, to say not too crazy, together they're sat. They've all come to listen to his wanderings, to his illusions, his questions, his ramblings. They've all sat down, ready to take off, to leave their serious little lives behind. For a moment, they'll stop thinking of everything that's wrong. A teeny tiny stage near St. Catherine Place, 35 minds max. A very small venue for a truly great artist who leave us all gobsmacked. As he comes on stage, his energy fills the room. He talks of his demons, his desires and his wounds, his fears, his enthusiasm, his bidules and boudules, his encounters, his dreams, his artifacts mystify the room. A teeny tiny gem in central Brussels, 35 seats max. It took me time and luck to discover the place, but I will go back. This closes this third edition of A Mad Belgian. If you'd like to comment on the podcast, do send me an email at amadbelgian@gmail.com. I love receiving them. Thank you for listening, and until next time. That's it. If you've enjoyed this show, please share it on Twitter and Facebook. You'll also find more stories, reflections and poems on my blog, www.amadbelgian.org. And if you really enjoyed it, well, please support me on Patreon, a wonderful website that enables you to support the show and the blog by donating anything from $1 a month to the project. Now, $1 might not sound like much, but think about it. If everyone who's watched a couple of first editions of the show give it $1, I could turn it into a proper show, do slightly longer episodes or do them more frequently, get a proper camera, spend more time researching stories and editing the footage, do interviews. Point being, even the smallest donation makes a difference, so please do help me keep this project going and growing. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.